sec. Get ready.
Have you ever felt that prickle of unease when you're alone in the woods? That feeling you're not quite as alone as you thought? Tonight, we explore those chilling sensations as we uncover the most scary camping encounters caught on camera. Prepare to be spooked. Camping Terror in Box Hill. Will's Whereabouts is a popular traveling and camping YouTube channel from the UK, where the presenter, Will, takes viewers along on his adventures through the countryside, sharing helpful hints and advice for camping and exploring the great outdoors. However, in one particularly chilling episode, Will encounters something that leaves him and his audience with goosebumps. In this episode, Will sets up camp in Box Hill, an age-old and densely wooded area southwest of London. As darkness falls, Will settles into a sleeping bag, ready to get some rest after a long day of exploration. In the middle of the night, he is awakened by a strange noise.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
Some of Will's viewers speculate that the sounds could be coming from wildlife, perhaps a fox or another nocturnal animal. However, Will isn't so sure. As the noises persist, Will's viewers are left to wonder what could possibly be happening deep in the woods at this hour. Is it a prank, a distress call, or something far more sinister? The River Stranger. This incident is even more unusual that some friends went camping in a forest at night, when they spotted a man sitting on the bank of the river. His face also looked quite peculiar. This man was just sitting motionlessly and staring at the river. Then a strange thing happened. This man walked into the river. People kept looking there with flashlights, but this man had vanished into the river. Was it really something mysterious, or was it just a trick? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. The Moaning Woods. This man went to spend the night in a place in the forest where it was rumored that people see a woman walking. This man planned to camp at that place for the night to experience all this. He had a dog with him, but then eerie things started happening. He felt like a woman was moaning or crying. These sounds were very clear. You too listen. As I said, the sounds of a woman crying or maybe singing were very clear. This man decided that he would leave his camp and check where these sounds were coming from. He did not dare come because these sounds were still coming. This man was very unnerved. These sounds sometimes stopped and sometimes became clearer.
That sounded like a woman crying. Got goosebumps and everything.
After a while, when he was sitting in his camp with his dog, another strange thing happened. When this man woke up, someone shook his camera. The man had decided that he was not going to stay here any longer. He was packing his things. But on the way back, a very strange thing happened to him. He felt as if someone was staring at him in the forest. You can see those shining eyes. Anyway, the man had had enough and left. Thanksgiving hike turns scary. Phil, the host of the YouTube channel Hike Slam, is known for his adventurous hikes across Virginia. On the day before Thanksgiving in 2021, Phil embarked on an overnight hike and camping trip along a section of the Appalachian Trail near his home. What started as a routine adventure quickly turned horrifying. About half an hour into his hike, take a look upon the pile of garbage he found.
So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one, hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
Oddly, it was covered in cryptic writing. While strange, it wasn't enough to deter him from continuing, and he joked about hoping not to get murdered. However, as he progressed further along the trail, he encountered more of these rambling notes. In this time, they were accompanied by a dead duck, adding a disturbing twist to the situation. What was even more odd was how neatly the notes were placed between rocks.
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. Alright. Kind of creepy.
Concerned by the bizarre discoveries, Phil decided to change his plans. Instead of camping at his original spot, he opted to hike 2 miles in the opposite direction to a shelter.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. Let's see if this makes any sense. Sorry if the lighting's bad. I'm just gonna see what it says. Cleaned the outhouse. Picked up trash. Collected wood for others. See Charlie Daniels' Simple Man lyrics, which I used in 2013 Facebook post. And note the rope I found with the silicone sealant can 2 miles south of that. I left it on a stump. In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. Here in early 2017, Trump, Nebo, allowed Obama to have the special use of the Air Force One for a trip to Palm Springs. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary.
Despite his efforts to find a safe place, the unsettling presence seemed to follow him. Watch what happens later at night. Phil struggled to fall asleep that night. He was still half awake when he heard footsteps approaching the shelter. His heart raced as the sound grew closer, knowing that someone or something was nearby. So rationally, he made the smart decision to go back to his truck and leave. Who's in the forest? A family was camping in the forest at night when they started hearing strange sounds, like someone was banging on the door and shouting. Listen to these sounds.
That was not an elk. Where's that coming? Get ready. Everybody, get in my truck!
These sounds could also be from an animal, but whose was that door banging sound? And that too in a deserted forest. From serene to scary, Sean, the adventurous soul behind the YouTube channel, often explores the hidden corners of the UK with his solo camping trips. His channel is a treasure of serene landscapes and peaceful nights under the stars. But in February 2024, one of his camping trips took a terrifying turn.
I mean, I am parked on the side of a road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime.
On this particular adventure, Sean decided to leave his van parked by the side of the road next to a dense woodland area. After a few hours of exploration, he returned to his van and later set out for another evening's stroll. After his walk, Sean settled into his van, cozy up for the night. He signed off his video with the typical, all being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
All being well, I'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
But as he drifted off to sleep, the real story was just beginning to unfold. At around 3 a.m., Sean was jolted awake by the sound of a car pulling up nearby. He listened carefully as footsteps approached and circled his van. His heart raced as realized someone or something was outside. So he quietly pulled back the curtains to see what was happening, and the mysterious visitors hurriedly got back to their car and sped off into the night. Now, it doesn't stop here because the following morning, Sean decided to inspect the outside of his van. But as he tried to open the door, he discovered it was stuck. Confused and slightly alarmed, he forced it open and was met with an unsettling sight. His van had been zip-tied shut. Watch what happens.
My door's stuck. What the actual see that?
Someone had taken the time to secure the doors with heavy-duty zip ties, effectively trapping him inside. As he examined the van, he found that the back door was also tampered with. His mind raced with possible motives. Were they trying to steal diesel, or perhaps they were locals unhappy with his presence? or just people messing around. Despite his harrowing experience, Sean's adventurous spirit remained unbroken. We went into the woods seeking adventure, but maybe some doors are better left unopened. Have you ever felt like you weren't alone in the wilderness? Let us know about your encounter in the comments below.